In the quiet town of Ravenswood, nestled deep within a dense forest, a chilling legend whispered through the wind and rustled the leaves of ancient trees. It was a tale told in hushed tones around campfires and passed down through generations, a story so terrifying that the mere mention of it sent shivers down spines and silenced even the bravest souls. It all began on a moonless night, when the air grew heavy with a sense of foreboding. The townsfolk had gathered at the local tavern, seeking refuge from the encroaching darkness. The bartender, an old man named Elias, wiped a glass with a rag as he listened to their anxious chatter. They spoke of the legend, the tale of the Whispering Woods. The Whispering Woods were a forbidden place, the heart of the forest where no one dared to venture after dark. They said that once the sun dipped below the horizon, the trees came alive with eerie murmurs and ghostly whispers. Those who had dared to enter were never seen again. As the townsfolk huddled closer together, a stranger walked into the tavern. He was tall, with a cloak that seemed to swallow the light around him. His eyes were hidden beneath the shadow of his hood, but his voice was smooth as silk as he ordered a drink. The room fell silent, and all eyes turned to him. "You're new here," said Elias, pouring a drink. "What brings you to Ravenswood?" The stranger took a sip of his drink before responding. "I've heard the stories of the Whispering Woods, and I've come to see for myself if they are true." The room erupted in protest, with warnings and pleas for him to reconsider, but the stranger remained undeterred. With a grim smile, he finished his drink and made his way toward the exit. "Be careful," Elias called after him. "The Whispering Woods are not to be trifled with." The stranger nodded and disappeared into the night. The townsfolk watched as he walked away, their fear slowly turning into curiosity. Some whispered that perhaps he was a fool, while others wondered if he possessed knowledge that could unravel the mystery of the forest. As the night wore on, the whispers grew louder, and a sense of unease settled over Ravenswood. Days turned into weeks, and the stranger did not return. The townsfolk began to lose hope, believing that he had met the same fate as those who had ventured into the Whispering Woods before him. But then, one fateful evening, he reappeared, his cloak tattered and his face pale. The stranger recounted his harrowing experience. He had entered the forest at dusk, and as soon as darkness fell, the trees had indeed come alive with whispers. The voices were otherworldly, filled with sorrow and longing. He had stumbled blindly through the forest, unable to escape the haunting sounds that seemed to follow him. And then he saw them, apparitions of the lost souls who had entered the woods before him. They reached out to him with spectral hands, their eyes filled with despair. The stranger knew that he was in grave danger, and he ran, guided only by the dim light of the moon. In the end, he had managed to escape, but the experience had left its mark on him. He warned the townsfolk never to venture into the Whispering Woods, for the legend was true and the forest was cursed. From that day on, the townsfolk heeded the stranger's warning, and the Whispering Woods remained untouched. But the legend persisted, a reminder of the darkness that lurked at the heart of Ravenswood. And so, the tale of the Whispering Woods continued to be whispered in hushed tones, a story of terror and mystery that would be passed down through generations, a chilling reminder that some secrets were best left undisturbed in the depths of the forest.